Hello students, welcome back. Let's do ratio and proportion exercise 7a. This is found on page number 96. Question 1. Express each of the given ratios in its simplest form. So the ratio given to us is 22:66. To express it in its simplest form, we have to first write it as a fraction. So 22/66. Let's divide both these numbers 22 and 66 by a common factor, one number that can divide both. So both are divisible by 2. They're also divisible by 11. So let's use 11 first. Okay, so 11 into what will give us 22? 11 into 2. Then 11 into what will give us 66? 11 sixes are 66. So we've got 2 by 6. Now even this can be reduced to the lowest term. So let's divide 2 and 6. Both are divisible by 2. So the common factor here is 2. So 2 into what is 2? 2 ones are 2 and 2 into what will give us 6? 2 threes are 6. So we've got the fraction in the lowest term 1:3. So our final answer when we write this as a ratio is 1:3. So 1 by 3 can be written as a ratio 1:3. Question 2. 1.5 is to 2.5. Okay, now we have decimal numbers 1.5 by 2.5. Now let's make them whole numbers. To make them whole numbers, we have to remove the point from here to here, isn't it, for both the numbers? And how can we move it by one place? If we multiply by 10, multiply both by 10, then we can move the point to one place to the right, and then it becomes 15.0 or simply 15 and 25.0 or simply 25. Now let's reduce this to the lowest term. The common factor that can divide 15 and 25 is 5. Both are divisible by 5. Now 5 into what is 15? 5 threes are 15 and 5 fives are 25. So 3 by 5 is the fraction in the lowest term. When we write it as a ratio, we get 3:5. Question 3. We have two fractions here. 6 1 by 4 is to 12 1 by 2. First step, let's convert it to an improper fraction. 4 6s are 24 plus 1, 25 by 4 is to 12 2s are 24 plus 1, 25 by 2. Now, I'm sure all of you know that ratio is division. So we normally write it as a fraction. Now, since we already have a fraction, we are going to put the division symbol instead. So this is 25 by 4 divided by 25 by 2. So we're not writing it below. Instead, we are writing it by the side, divided by 25 by 2. And for fractions, we know when we have division of fractions, we write the first fraction as it is. Then we change the division sign to multiplication and we write the reciprocal of the second fraction. So 25 by 2 will now be written as 2 by 25. Now let's see what we can cancel. We can cancel 25 and 25. Now we can also cancel 2 and 4 both by 2. 2 ones are 2 and 2 twos are 4. So here what do we have? We have 1 by 2. When we write this as a ratio, our answer is 1:2. So our final answer 6 1 by 4 is to 12 1 by 2. We have reduced it to the simplest form and it is 1:2. Question 4. 40 kgs is to 1 quintal. Now 1 quintal is 100 kgs. So let's write that 40 kg is to 100 kg. So now both are the same unit. Now let's write it as a fraction 40 by 100. When we write ratio, the final ratio will not have any unit. So we don't have to write kg. Now Let's first divide this. We can cancel the zeros, 0 and 0. Now think of a common factor that can divide both 4 and 10. Both are divisible by 2. So what are we going to get here now? 2 into what is 4? 2 2s are 4 and 2 into what is 10? 2 5s are 10. So we've got 2 by 5. When I write this as a ratio, I will write 2 is to 5. Question 5. 10 paise and this is 1 rupee. So the units are different. Let's change it to the same unit. So I will leave this as 10 paise and 1 rupee has 100 paise. So now we have 10 paise is to 100 paise. Let's find the ratio. Write it as a fraction 10 by 100. Now we need to reduce it to the lowest term. So first step, let's cancel. Now there's nothing more that we can do. So the answer here is straight 1 by 10. When I write it as a ratio, it is 1 is to 10. No unit is to be written. Question 6. 200 meters and 5 kilometers. Now we know 1 kilometer has 1000 meters. Therefore, 5 kilometers will have 5000 meters. So here, let me write 5000 meters because I've converted kilometers to meters. Now, why did I do that? I want to get the same unit on both sides. So 200 meters, 5000 meters. Now let's continue. Now let me write it as a fraction 200 by 5000. Now I can cancel the zeros. 2 zeros there, 2 zeros on top. So what do I have? I have 2 by 50. And when I write, I can still convert this. I can reduce both once more by a common factor, that is 2. 2 is a common factor. 2 into what will give me 2? 2 ones are 2. And 2 into what is 50? 2 into 25. So I get 1 by 25. Let me write that as a ratio 1 is to 25. So my final answer is 1 is to 25. Next question. 3 hours and 1 day. Again, the units are different. So let's convert it. Now, in 1 day, we have 24 hours. So let's write that down. So here this will remain as 3 hours and here it will be 24 hours. Now let's continue. We'll write it as a fraction 3 by 24. Now let's reduce it to the lowest term. Both are divisible by 3. Both are divisible by 3. So 3 into what is 3? 3 ones are 3 and 3 into what is 24? 3 eights are 24. So we've got 1 by 8, which is the lowest term. So my final answer will be 1 is to 8. My ratio is 1 is to 8. Next question, 6 months and 1 by 3 years. Okay, so 1 year has 12 months. Therefore, 1 by 3 years. So 1 by 3, let's convert it. 3 ones are 3 plus 1, 4, which is 4 by 3 years will have how many months? 4 by 3 into 12. So when I multiply, 3 fours are 12. So 1 by 3 years will have 4 fours are 16 months. 16 months. So let's use this here. So 6 months is to 16 months. This is the ratio we have now, and let's find the ratio in the simplest form. So let's first start by writing this as a fraction 6 by 16. you can divide both by a common factor, and the common factor is 2. So let's divide 2 into what is 6. 2 3s are 6, and 2 into what is 16. 2 8s are 16. So we have got 3 by 8, which cannot be reduced further. So when I change it to a ratio, it is 3:8. Question 9. This time I have 3 ratios. Let me first convert it. 3 ones are 3 plus 1. 4 by 3 is 2. 4 twos are 8 plus 1. 9 by 4 is 2. 2 twos are 4 plus 1. 5 by 2. So this is the first step. Second step is, let's find the LCM of the denominators. Because they are fractions, LCM of the denominators 3, 4 and 2. I'll start with 2. So I bring down 3. 2 twos are 4. 2 ones are 2. I'll continue with 2. So 3. 2 ones are 2 and 1. Now I will use 3. 3 ones are 3, 1 and 1. So my LCM is 2 into 2 into 3. Which is 2 twos are 4, 4 threes are 12. So now we are going to simplify this ratio. So I'm going to take the first fraction here, 4 by 3. So 4 by 3 into the LCM, which is 12, into 12. Okay, so now it's multiplication of fractions. So let me cancel. 3 ones are 3, 3 fours are 12. So now let me get that. 4 fours are 16. So I've got the first one, 16. Let me go to the next one. 9 by 4 again into 12. So cancel. 4 threes are 12. So now 9 threes are 27. Now I'll go to the third fraction, which is 5 by 2 into 12. Again cancel. 2 sixes are 12 and 5 sixes are 30. Now let me write these three numbers as my final ratio. 16 is to 27 is to 30. So this is my final answer. 16 is to 27 is to 30. Question 2. Divide 64 centimeter long string into two parts in the ratio 5 is to 3. So what is the length of the string? 64 centimeters. What is the given ratio? 5 is to 3. Now we need to find the sum of the ratios. That is, we add up 5 plus 3, we get 8. Now we need to start working out. Okay, now we're going to see the two parts of the string, how much each part is. The ratio is, the first part is 5 and the second part is 3. 5 is to 3. Now we are going to find out how long it is. So we're going to take the ratio 5, which stands for the first part of the string. So 5 by the sum of the ratio, which is 8. 5 by 8. Multiply this into 64, which is the total length of the string. So 5 by 8 into 64. Now multiplication of fractions, let's cancel. 8 ones are 8, 8 eights are 64. Now multiply. 5 eights are 40. So the first part of the string is 40 centimeters. Now let's find the second part. The second part, you can take the second part of the ratio, which is 3. Again 3 by the sum of the ratios, which is 8, and multiply it by the length of the string, 64, and now you can cancel. 8 ones are 8, 8 eights are 64. Let's multiply the numerators. 3 eights are 24 by 1, which is 24. So the second part is 24 centimeters. You can check by adding the first part and the second part. 40 plus 24 will give you 64, which is there right at the beginning. 64 centimeters is the length of the strip. There is another way you can do it. Once you find the first part, 40 centimeters, if you minus that from 64, you will get the second part. Question 3. Divide 720 between x and y in the ratio 4:5. So this is 720 rupees. We have to divide it between x and y in the ratio 4:5. Now how much will each get? Okay, first one, amount that is divided is 720. Then the ratio between x and y is 4:5. Now we need to find the sum of the ratios, which is 4 plus 5 equals 9. Now how much will x get? So x is 4 in the ratio and y is 5 in the ratio. So we're going to use that accordingly. So x will be 4. 4 by the sum of the ratios, which is 9, multiplied by the amount, which is 720. Let's cancel. 9 ones are 9, 9 eights are 72 and the 0 80. Now let's multiply 80 into 4. 8 fours are 32, 84s are 320. So x gets 320 rupees. Now how much does y get? Now we just have to take 720 rupees and minus 320 from it. That is one way of doing. 720 minus how much x got, which is 320, and that will tell us how much y gets. So let's minus 720 minus 320. 0, 0, 7 minus 3 is 4. So y gets 400 rupees. So now if you add up the amount that x got and the amount that y got, you will get 720 rupees. Question 4. The angles of a triangle are in the ratio 3:2:7. We need to find the value of each angle. Okay, so what is the ratio of the angles? 3:2:7. Then what is the sum of the ratio? 3 plus 2 plus 7, which is 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 7 is 12. Then the sum of all angles of a triangle. Now we have learned this in the chapter triangle. All three angles of a triangle should always add up to 180 degrees. Keeping this in mind, we are going to find the different angles. So the first angle stands for 3 here. So 3 divided by the sum of the ratios, which is 12, into the sum of all angles of a triangle, which is 180 degrees. Now let's cancel whatever we can. Now we can cancel 3 and 12. 3 ones are 3, 3 fours are 12. I can cancel 4 and 180 by 2. 2 twos are 4, 2 nines are 18, 90. I can cancel 2 and 90 by 2 itself. 2 ones are 2 and 2 into 45. So the first angle we found the value is 45 degrees. Second one, the second angle. We will take 2, which stands for the second one. So 2 divided by the sum of the ratios into 180 degrees. So here also let's cancel whatever we can. 2 ones are 2, 2 sixes are 12. We can cancel 6 and 180 by 3. 3 twos are 6, 3 sixes are 18, 60. Now I can cancel 60 and 2 both by 2. 2 ones are 2 and 2 30s are 60. So we found our second angle, which is 30 degrees. Our third angle, take the third number, which is 7 in the ratio, 7 by 12, which is the sum of the ratios, into 180 degrees. Let's cancel. I can cancel 12 and 180 by 3. 3 fours are 12. 3 sixes are 18 and a 0. I can cancel both by 2. 2 twos are 4. 2 threes are 6, 30. Again I can cancel. 2 ones are 2 and 15. Okay, 2 15s are 30. Now, in the numerator we have 7 into 15. So let's multiply 15 into 7. 7 fives are 35, carry 3. 7 ones are 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have got 105 by 1, which is 105 degrees. So now I have found the value of all three angles. The first angle is 45 degrees. The second angle is 30 degrees. And the third angle is 105 degrees. You can check your answer if all these three add up to 180 degrees. Question 5. A rectangular field is 100 meter by 80 meters. Find the ratio of the length to its breadth. So the length of the field is 100 meters. The breadth of the field is 80 meters. Now I need to find the ratio of its length to its breadth. So length is 100 meters is to breadth is 80 meters. So I do it like a regular sum. I'm going to write it as a fraction 100 by 80. And now I can cancel the zeros. I can divide both by a common factor, that is 2. 2 into what is 10? 2 fives are 10 and 2 into what is 8? 2 fours are 8. So the ratio of length to its breadth will be 5 is to 4. So this is my final answer. 5 is to 4. Now we have to find breadth to its perimeter. Breadth we already have, it's already given, but perimeter is not given. So what is the formula to find the perimeter? 2 into length plus breadth. So let's find the perimeter. Length is 100 meters. Breadth is 80 meters. So that will be 2 into 100 plus 80 is 180 meters. Now 18 into 2 is 36. So 180 into 2 will be 360 meters. Now we found the perimeter. We can find the ratio of breadth to perimeter. Breadth is 80 meters and perimeter is 360 meters. Now let's find the ratio. So we write it in the fraction form 80 by 360. Now I can cancel the zeros. Okay, now I can divide 8 and 36 by 4. So let me divide both by 4. 4 into what is 8? 4 twos are 8 and 4 into what is 36? 4 nines are 36. So I got 2 by 9 which cannot be reduced further. So the ratio of perimeter to breadth to perimeter is 2 is to 9. So breadth is 2 parts and 9 is for perimeter. Question 6. The sum of three numbers whose ratios are 3 1 by 3 is to 4 1 by 5 is to 6 1 by 8 is 4917. Find those three numbers. So the first statement is sum of three numbers is 4917. Second statement is the ratios. So let's write down the ratios. 3 1 by 3 is to 4 1 by 5 is to 6 1 by 8. Now let's convert these. 3 3s are 9 plus 1, 10 by 3 is to 5 4s are 20 plus 1, 21 by 5 is to 8 6 are 48 plus 1, 49 by 8. Now whenever we have fractions for ratios, we need to find their LCM. So let's find the LCM of the denominators. 3, 5 and 8. I'll start with 2. I bring down 3 and 5 as it is. 2 4s are 8. 2 again, 3, 5, 2 2s are 4. I'll continue with 2, 3, 5 and 1. Now with 3, 1, 5 and 1 and then with 5. 1, 1 and 1. Now LCM will be 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 into 3 5s are 15. 8 into 15 is 120. Now we're going to use LCM to find our numbers here to form our ratio, which we will use later to find the 3 original numbers. So I'll start with the first number in the ratio, which is 10 by 3. 10 by 3 into the LCM 120. Let me cancel. 3 ones are 3, 4, 40. Now 10 into 40 is 400. So I've got my first number in the ratio. Let me go to the next one, which is 21 by 5. 21 by 5 into 120. Let's cancel again. 5 ones are 5. 5 twos are 10. 11, 12. That is 2 left over here. 24. So 5 into 24 will give us 120. Now we need to multiply 24 and 21. Let's multiply 24 into 21. 1 4s are 4, 1 2s are 2, 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4. Let's add it up. 4 plus 0 is 4, 8 plus 2 is 10, carry 1, 4 plus 1 is 5. So I've got 504. So my second number here is 504. Now let's take the third fraction, 49 by 8 into 120. Let's cancel. 8 ones are 8. Here also 8 ones are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 4. So I'll put the 4 here. My number now is 40. 8 5s are 40. So 8 into 15 is 120. Now we need to multiply 49 by 15. So let's multiply 49 by 15. 5 9s are 45. Carry 4. 5 4s are 20 plus 4, 24. 0, 1 9s are 9, 1 4s are 4. 5, 9 plus 4 is 13, carry 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. 735 is our third number in the ratio. So now we have found the 3 numbers in the ratio. Now we need to carry on with our steps to find out the initial 3 numbers. So we have to find the sum of these ratios, that is 400 plus 504 plus 735. So let's add that up. 400 plus 504 plus 735. Add it up. 4 plus 5 is 9. I have 3. Again 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. So I have got 1639. 1639. So this is the sum of the ratios, 1639. We are going to use this, and we are going to use the sum of the 3 numbers, which is 4917, to find our numbers. So let's start. The first number will be, from the ratios we take 400 divided by 1639. This is the sum of the ratios. Multiply it with the number that is given to us in the beginning, which is the sum of 3 numbers. Now let's cancel. Now we have big numbers here, isn't it? So when you have to cancel big numbers, you need to think and see. Sometimes they are very easily divisible. So 1639 into 1 will give you this. Into 3 will give you 4,917. So 1,639 into 3. Now we have 400 into 3. Let's multiply it here itself. 3 zeros are 0. Then 3 zeros are 0. 3 fours are 12. So the first number is 1,200. Now let's go to the second number. Second number is 504 in the ratio. We got 504. We divided by 1,639 sum of ratios and multiplied by 4,917. Cancel again. This number into 3 will give you 4,917. Now let's multiply 504 by 3. 3 fours are 12. I carry 1. 3 zeros are 0. I put a 1 there. And 3 fives are 15. So I've got 1,512 as my second number. Now my third number is, in the ratio we got 735 by the sum of the ratios into 4,917. Cancel again. This into 3 will give you 4,917. Now let's multiply. 3 fives are 15. I carry 1. 3 threes are 9 plus 1 is 10. I carry 1. 3 sevens are 21 plus 1, 22. So I've got 2,205. So I've got all three numbers. My first number is 1,200. Second number is 1,512. And my third number is 2,205. So children, we'll stop with that for now. In our next exercise, we will continue the other sums of exercise 7a. Thank you, children.